Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this reading. Just called to do a little reading today. I know it's been a little bit. Had a lot of things going on, per usual. All right. It's a weird time of year for me. Well, we just had a full moon yesterday. But my mother's birthday was 28th, and she passed away 16 years ago. And my dad, the anniversary of his passing is tomorrow. So it's all mushed in together. This time of year is weird for like family things, I guess, happening, pattern. I don't know. Like when I had a stroke, I went back to work on my mother's birthday. You know what I mean? So like different things like that I can associate with summertime. You know, good things too, though, like, as well. My oldest daughter, she's born in August, you know, so like different stuff like that. I associate with summertime. All right, Spirit, what do we have for a little message for collective today? Page of Fire, King of Air. Something sparking the urge to bring truth to something. Oh, all right. What about this Page of Fire? In there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nope, none of those were up. Maybe a different deck. Hermit is on the bottom of this deck. Like maybe I feel like you definitely got some news, maybe about this King of Air, and you're digesting it. Tell me, what about this? Page of Fire and King of Air. Cool. Four of Wands, Seven of Cups. Cool. Four of Wands, Seven of Cups. That's too many. That's too many. Too jumbled. All right. Well, I feel like definitely you're on a path. You figured something out. And it kind of definitely sparked some movement in you, and you're assessing things. And King of Air, I think you have been enlightened in some way, to want to take a little bit of a different approach to your path. And I think you're you're figuring out how to do that. I think you're kind of looking at like a quiet stability is more enticing to you than it once was. I feel like maybe you had more like a city vibe at one time, right? Now you're wanting to kind of like slow down a little bit. That's what I'm kind of seeing. Yep. In the Seven of Cups, confusion and illusion, usually that's indicating that, which makes sense. I think you're kind of taking a look at what you thought you knew, what you thought you liked, and kind of how that's changing with the more truths that you find out. So then we have Temperance, and we got Eight of Wands in reverse. Temperance, Eight of Wands in reverse, which are both cards of Sagittarius. Not that it matters. But that to me is saying, take your time and like find your footing with this before you like make any crazy moves. You may be 100% correct and you're following with your heart and everything, but just don't make any rash decisions. Six of Wands looks like definitely the potential to be victorious and be able to keep your head up. I don't get any, oh my God, I have to change my situation. It's more like, huh, like you was sitting there one day and you're like, meh, I might feel different about whatever, Ace of Cups, yeah. That makes sense. Ace of Cups. I feel like you, for some reason, you're having a like softer approach to things. Like something happened to like melt your heart a little bit. All right, Spirit, can you tell me what prompted this assessment in thinking of making steps? What prompted Six of Wands? Maybe you want more for yourself a little bit. Maybe you're realizing your worth. Maybe. What about the Six of Wands? What prompted this want for change or this softening? Yeah, I guess maybe you're realizing you don't have to be as. I feel like maybe you were. I don't want to say hard, but I want to say maybe unattainable. Yeah, King of Air. I feel like 10 of Wands and 7 of Cups. Again, 7 of Cups. 10 of Wands. I'm going to take as it was down, so I'm going to take it as something that you're having trouble facing, and that's what I think it is. You're having trouble facing that you still have value, even if you're not carrying all those ones. Drop down to 6 ones, you're still winning. So 7 of Cups again. Yeah, I think you're not quite sure. Maybe how to slow down. So what I think has happened to force you to look at this is possibly you're burnt out. Mm-hmm. And I think you feel successful in your own right already, and you're confused as to why you don't feel like you are. So that prompted, yeah. So you're successful. And you don't feel like it. You feel like you can't do enough, right? And you're like, why? Well, it's because you're probably, if you're going against the grain on something, whether you're successful or not, it doesn't mean it's right. The Seven of Cups. Again, I feel like it's a lot of assessing what you thought you knew. Anything else about the cause before I move on to some advice there? Yeah, the Hermit too. I feel like there's a lot of self-reflection. Like, why don't I feel how it looks like I should feel, like on paper? Yep, Two of Wands. Yep. So we got Two of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Fool. And this is all to do with the cause, the prompt of the change. And again, I feel like you're successful, and you're not feeling like it. And Two of Wands, again, it's kind of putting your ideas out into the world. I feel like maybe the Two of Wands, instead of putting ideas out into the world, I feel like you're kind of, again, with assessing the situation, you're confirming your accomplishments. You're kind of evaluating, where am I, like, status wise? Like, yes, I have this accolades, experience, blah 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 blah. Why don't I feel like I'm successful as I should? King of Pentacles, you're successful. You built, you're solid. You built your you've worked for all the things in your world that you have. They're solid. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong on the surface of the situation. However, the Fool coming up again, that's confirming to me that something's just not, you're itchy. Something's just not right. You, by all intents and purposes, could stay right where you are for the rest of your life and be fine, but it's not right. Knight of Pentacles. I think you've built this for a long time. There's nothing wrong with it. This is wonderful. You built the solid foundation that you have. But now I think it's time to use that success to do what you want. I think that's exactly what it is. All right, let's see. What's some advice? And I think that's the thing, because when we're in like go 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 mode and we don't have time to like sit and dream, it's not a factor because it's not tapping us on the shoulder. We're not thinking about anything but hustling. And now that you can kind of sit back a little bit, maybe you see other people doing. A lot of people do their own thing now because it's so accessible. And you're like, I can do that. I'm in that boat now. Just because I make videos doesn't mean I'm doing it with a business mind. If I was, I'd be grinding. a little differently. And I will someday. I need to get on TikTok, I think, when I'm ready for that. I need to make it Etsy. You know, I think there's more than just me sitting here and saying I need to do this and not doing it. And I think that's the boat you're in, or you will soon be in, once you figure out what it is you want to do. But it's not this. What's some advice before we close out the reading? Spirit, please. We got, where did we go? This one likes to play sometimes. We have disharmony, the mismatch of different perspectives, ideas, or actions, conflict between people, ideas, or elements. Target, the desired, sought after, or intended situation to be found or achieved, probably to get away from this disharmony. Repair, conflict in action. Repair, correction, restoring to its original state, the effort to fix a repair. Conflict, physical or emotional struggle, conflict, disagreement, or confrontation, or competition. Inaction, not taking any steps or making any effort towards a situation or a problem. So, that's all telling me if you're feeling like your situation isn't harmonious, make a target. You do have a lot of wands, which make me think of arrows. Make a target, you know, repair, talking about going back to its normal state. Go back to what really moves you, and kind of go with that. And I think you're feeling antsy and conflicted. You will until you take action. If you sit there and just sit and think about it and don't take any action towards it, it's going to be it's going to cause more conflict than you need. Right now, it's just a thought that's brewing, and if you start to dwell on it, then it's going to become an issue. Right now, it's like this is part of if you're one of the people who are trying to learn how to more readily listen to your guides and to your own intuition. This is it. This is that idea, that feeling like I gotta move that comes out of nowhere. That's it. That's that thing that you're not supposed to ignore. You know, because you had that little spark, an idea for a reason, or thought, or something that stuck with you, and now it's almost. I almost feel when I get a thought and it's something that I need to move towards, I almost feel like a homesick kind of feeling, right? That you want to be somewhere else and you can't be there. Yeah, weird. I know when I need to move. Well, all right, guys. So listen to your little voice that's telling you to start making moves and do it. You'll be happy if you did, or you'll be miserable that you didn't in a few more years. Because you know what? It could be telling you something because the opportunity is there. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. You never know. I'll get more into that. I have a little story to tell once everything's solidified. All right. I hope you all have a great day. Like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.